Welcome back, my friends. As you know, today's episode is about the OCR based number plate recognition system. So before we start working on this project, first let me tell you about the things that we will be covering in this project. My friends, this is going to be a long tutorial as we will be making a complete functional project. So do watch each and every step and listen to the conversation. So let's get started. Number one, first we will start with the EmguCv installation and EmguCv settings, like adding the DLL files. Number 2, circuit diagram. Number 3, soldering and interfacing. Number 4, controller programming. Number 5, the application designing and Visual Basic 2010 Express Edition, which is VB.NET, and then finally the testing. So my friends, first of all, download 2.4.10.1940 version of the EmguCv, and then just simply install this. You don't have to make any changes, just you have to click the next in the agree button, and that's it. Now, as it's gonna take some time, so I will fast forward this. Okay, my friend, after you are done with the EmguCv installation, now it's time to open the Microsoft Visual Basic 2010 Express Edition. And first of all, we'll do the settings for the EmguCv. So for this, first of all, make a new project, and let's name it number plate. Number plate. Okay. So now, first of all, what we will do, first of all, just click on the project and add references. So click on the browse, click C, Emgu, and then bin, and then you have to select all these DLL files. So click and then hold the shift key, and now open. Okay, so now click C, Emgu, bin, and drag this. Pay a very close attention, because this is the most important step. Okay, so now click here, select from here, hold the shift key and select, and now click over here and select copy fnewer. Okay, this is done, and now again, now click over here, and this time hold this folder and drag it over here. So do same for this one. Click and now select, click here, and if you are okay, so you can confirm it from here. As you can see, the references are added, you can see, and so now we are done with the EmguCv setting. And then we will start the form designing, but before that we will do the circuit designing and then the soldering, and then after that we will start the controller programming, and then we will do the application designing and programming, and then finally we will be doing the testing. So let's start. So my friends, this is the complete circuit diagram, and this is designed in Soft Eagle 6.3.0 professional version. If you want to learn how to make schematics and how to design your own PCBs, then you can watch my tutorials. So my friends, as you can see, the circuit diagram is really easy and it's very self-explanatory, but let's discuss. This is an electronic lock. If you want to, you can use any other lock, or you can use even a servo motor or some stepper motors or DC gear motors to open and close an entrance. But in this project, I'll be using the electronic lock to demonstrate how I can actually open an entrance by detecting a specific number plate and using the OCR. So as you can see, the electronic lock has two wires, and so the one will be connected with the plus 12 volts, as you can see, and the other one will be connected with the normally open of the relay, and the other wire will be connected with the relay common pin, and then it will be connected with the ground. So the supply to the electronic lock will be controlled with the help of this relay. So when we turn on a relay, this contact will connect with this one, and then the path will be completed and the electronic lock or the entrance will open, and then we can just close that when the contact connects again with the normally closed. So and how it works, actually, as you know, that it's a 12-volt electronic lock and it cannot be directly controlled using microcontroller. So for that we will have to design a driver circuit, and this is a relay driver circuit. So this relay will be controlled with the help of this transistor, and this transistor will be controlled with the help of a 5-volt signal from the microcontroller. Now the selection of this NPN transistor actually depends on the relay coil current. So first of all, we find the relay coil current by simply measuring the resistance of the relay coil, and then using the formula V is equal to IR, and then as we know that's a 12-volt relay, so then we use the formula V is equal to IR, so 12 equals to I into the resistance of the relay, and then we can find the current. So you can use any NPN transistor so far its collector current is greater than the calculated value. Well, I recommend you should go for the 2N222 transistor because it's very cheap and easily available in any electronic shop, and moreover its collector current is greater than 600 milliamps, which is best for controlling relay. Even larger relays can be controlled using this transistor. So now over here you can see a 10K resistor is connected with the base of the 2N22 transistor, and the emitter is connected with the ground, and the collector of the 2N222 transistor is connected with one coil pin of the relay, and the other pin of the relay coil is connected with 12 volts. So when the transistor is turned on, it will go into saturation. Saturation means that the emitter and collector are short. It acts as a one wire, so the 12 volt is coming from here and the ground will be coming from here, so the relay coil will be energized and it will turn on. So and you can see that this will be connected with pin number 13. So actually we will be controlling this lock using pin 13 of the Arduino Uno, and then we will send a signal from our designed application which will detect a particular plate number, and then that will send a commands to the Arduino controller, and then the Arduino will act accordingly. It will open or close the entrance. So it's going to be a very fun kind of project. And now let's start soldering and discuss about the electronic lock. So this is the electronic lock that I will be using today, and well, actually I don't need this, so I will cut this and connect a DC socket so that I can easily power this up using a 12-volt adapter. So now let's connect the DC socket. Okay, now our DC socket is connected, and now let's check this. Okay, this is 12 volt and it's working just fine. Now let's start the relay driver circuit. It's a Vera board and it is an SPHD relay. Now let's solder this. This is an NPN transistor, and the leftmost pin is the emitter, the middle one is the base, and the rightmost is the collector. and this is a 10K resistor, and I'm connecting this with the base. Okay, now the next step is, now I will connect the collector of the 2N222 transistor with the coil pin of the relay, and the emitter I will connect with the ground. So once I do these connections, then I will be back and explain this. So okay, now all the wires are connected. This is a 10K resistor which is connected with the base of 2N222 transistor, and this is the emitter, and this one is the collector. So as you can see, the collector is connected with one side of the relay coil. Okay, and the other side is connected with the positive, and the ground wire is connected with the emitter, and there is another wire which will be connected with the Arduino ground, and this wire is coming from here and which will be connected to pin 13 of the Arduino. Through this wire we will turn on and turn off this relay. And there are two more wires, this one and this red wire, the blue and the red wires. So blue wire is connected with the common of the relay, and this one is connected with the normally open of the relay. So we will connect, so these are the two wires to which the electronic lock will be connected. So now I will do the interfacing. So my friends, as you can see, all the components are interfaced. This is the electronic lock, and these are the two wires of the electronic lock. So it is connected in series with the relay, with the two wires which are the blue and the red wires. So we will be giving 12 volt over here for the relay, as it needs 12 volt, and another 12 volt we will give over here for this one to energize this. So supply to the electronic lock will be controlled with the help of this relay, and you can see the white wire is connected with pin number 13, and this another one is the ground wire, which is the black wire. So that's the interfacing. So my friends, this is the programming, which is extremely easy, and we start with declaration, that is integer eloc equals to 13. Well, you can give it any name, but as you know that the name should have some meaning. Like for example, from this name it's quite clear that it's an electronic lock. So, and you also know that all the variables has some rule, like for example at the beginning we cannot use numbers, and the spaces are actually not allowed, it will generate an error. So make sure that you don't use any number in the beginning or spaces. So integer eloc equals to 13, as in the circuit designing I told you that the electronic lock will be connected with pin 13 of the Arduino, and then there is character data. So as we will be doing serial communication with the computer, so for that we need a variable which can be used to store that command or that character which is coming from the computer. So then as you know, my friends, that every Mega and Arduino Uno program has at least two functions, which are the white setups and white loops. So we start with the white setup, and as you can see over here, white. So white means that this function is not returning any value, and the empty parentheses means that this function is not taking any arguments as the input. So we start with the pin mode eloc output, as you know that the electronic lock is an output device, so that's why it's output. And as we will be doing serial communication with the laptop, actually there will be serial communication between the laptop and the Arduino, and for that we have to define the communication speed, which is 9600, and that this is called the baud rate. So we activate the serial communication by using this function serial.begin, and this is a function, as you can see the parentheses, and it takes one argument, and which is the baud rate, and that is 9600. If you want, you can use any other baud rate. And digital write eloc low, so we keep the electronic lock low by default. Then starts the white loop, it's also not returning any value, and it doesn't take any arguments as the input. So if serial.available greater than 0, so it means that if there is any data received from the computer, or if there is any data available on the serial port, then what to do? Data equals to serial.read, then read that data and store that into data. So if data equals C, if you have received a character C from the computer, it means that open the door, or open the entrance, or open the main gate. And if data equals D, then close the entrance. So that's a very simple program. You can download this code from my blogger page. I will provide the link in the description. And now let's connect Arduino, and so my friends, now the Arduino is connected. As you can see over here is serial port, and it's on COM8. And now upload the code. So friends, the program is uploaded, and now we will start the application designing and then the programming, and then we will test this. So let's start the designing. So my friends, as we already did the EmguCv settings in the beginning of this project, so now it's time to design the application and then to start the programming. So we will be needing, so first of all, let's adjust this form a little bit. Okay, so now first of all we will be needing a picture box. So over here you can see there's a picture box. Double click and it's added. Oops. And now you can drag this. Okay, let's keep it like this, and click over here and keep it center image. Okay, so we will also be needing one button. So let's use a checkbox as a button. So double click and let's convert this checkbox into a button. So check for the appearance while the checkbox is selected, and search for the appearance. So over here you can see appearance as normal, so change this to button. So now you can see it can be used as a button. Now as we will be doing serial communication with the microcontroller, so we will be needing a serial port. Over here I have already added a serial port and a timer, so you can simply add these from here. Over here just double click and the serial port will be added, and when you double click on the timer, so similar timer will be added. Now we will also be needing some labels for displaying the car owner information, as we will be checking the number plates. So we want that when we just hold a number plate in front of the camera, so it will display the car owner number, the car number, and the CNIC number. So for that we will be needing 5 labels. Double click and you can see the label is added over here. Now copy and paste this label to paste label 3, paste label 4 and label 5. Now we will also be needing a text box that will be used for storing the text which we will detect using the OCR. So text box added over here. And now click over here and multi-line. Let's keep it over here for now. So okay, so I think that's it for now, or if we need anything else we can add later. So now click over here and let's change the name to number plate recognition based gate opening system. Well, it's optional, you can give it any name so which you like. Okay, so now let's save this project and let's give it a name as number underscore plate underscore recognition. So and let's save it over here. Okay, and so my friend, if you look at the timer 1, let me show you something. That is, the timer 1 is already enabled, and the serial port is serial port 1, and its port is 9600, and the data bits are 8. Okay, and currently it's COM1. So now we will start the programming. So for now we are done with the basic setting. This will be used to access the camera, and this one will be used for opening and closing the electronic lock, and these labels will be used for printing the user information or the car owner, and this box will be used to hold the value of the number plate. So that's it, and now let's start the programming. So friends, to keep the tutorial time below 40 minutes, so that's why I already did the programming. So we will discuss each and every instruction one by one. So before that, I want to tell you something, that these are all things which we added, and this is the text box which whose name I changed a little bit, where I added this rich in front of the text box 1. So now the picture box 1, and this is a checkbox 1, and these are the 5 labels, and this is a text box. So we are done, and now it's time to discuss the programming. So now double click on the form. So we start by importing these libraries. So imports EmguCv, imports EmguCv.util, imports EmguCv.ocr, and imports EmguCv.structure. So if you want to study in detail about all these things, so you can simply download a PDF file from Google. So imports system.io, and IO means that input and output. So import system.io.ports and imports system.threading. So after importing these libraries, the next step is that you guys should start from here. So first of all, serial port 1.close. If the port is already open, we have to close this, and then serial port name equals to 8. Well, my dear friends, you have to check your port number. So how you can check that? Actually, just simply connect your Arduino Uno with your laptop, and then open the Arduino IDE, and then from there you can check on which COM port it's installed. So mine is installed on COM8, and as you already saw this, that I set the baud rate which is 9600 in the controller program, so we have to keep this same. So I'm using the same baud rate which I used in the controller programming, and the serial port 1.data bits equals to 8, and we don't need the parity, so parity dot none and stop bits dot 1, handshake dot none, and system.text.encoding.default. So when we are done with this one, then we start the programming for the checkbox 1. So what we do, if checkbox 1.check equals to true, it means that if someone has clicked the button, then what to do? Serial port 1.open, serial port 1.write, and serial port 1.close. So as in the control programming, we use C for opening the entrance and D for closing the entrance, and else if the button is not pressed, then send D to the microcontroller, and when the controller receives D, it will automatically close drawer. So so for what we do, first we start with this, and then we add this code, and then we add this code, and then we connect microcontroller and the electronic lock and check the button there, whether the button is working or not, whether the electronic lock is opening or not. So once this is final, and we are sure that okay, our electronic lock is working, we can open and close this using this button actually. and using this button. So if I click on this button, it will generate an error because currently I removed the microcontroller. So as you can see, it will give me an error that so from now we know that okay, our code is working, our button is working. Then after that, and then we start from here, dim webcam as capture equals to new capture, and dim OCR as tesseract is equals to new tesseract test data English, which is in double quotes, and tesseract.ocr engine mode.ome underscore tesseract underscore only, which is equal to 500 comma whitelist equals to. So these are all the characters like which is including which we want to direct. So and number plates, especially we have letters and numbers, so the capitals, the numbers, the smaller ones. So that's it. Okay. And now dim pick as bitmap equals to new bitmap, and that is 270 comma 270, and dim gf omg gf girlfriend. Oops. Okay, so dim gf is graphics equals to graphics.form image and picture. OMG, I love this gf word. So do you have a gif? If yes, let me know in the comment. Dim data is string and dim search is string. So then after this, then we start the timer 1 programming. So how we actually start with this is actually you just go to form and double click over here. And double click on the timer 1, so you will enter over here, and then you can just simply start coding over here. So you can actually download this code from my blogger page. I'll provide a link in the description. So dim photo as image of BGR byte is equal to webcam.queryFrame. So it's just used to access a frame from a webcam. Then picture box 1.image equals to photo dot to bitmap OCR dot recognize new image of BGR byte photo dot to bitmap. And then what we do actually, rich text box 1 dot text equal to OCR dot get text. So come over here and see, this is the text box. So over here we will read a text using the OCR, and then that text will be stored over here in this. Now the next step will be, now when we store that text into this one, then we store text from here into the data, and then we use some if conditions. So if in string data equals to LHR786, so I have defined some number plates, and this number plate has a number of LHR786 or the lowercase letter. So if the number plate is LHR786 or the LHR786 or this one, so I'm using the end string. So end string is for that search in the data if there is this number. Then what to do, label 1 dot text is equal to register. You should write that this car is registered and the owner name is John, and his CNIC number, the national identity card number, is this one, and the car is a Corolla 2006 or 2018 or 19 model, whatever you want to call this, and then the label 5 dot text, and maybe this is the engine number, I don't know, but anything like engine number or chassis number, something like that. So, and then checkbox 1 dot check is equal to true. So if the car is registered and the number is this and the owner name is John, then what, just open the entrance. So what it will do, it will press the number, the button, and the door will be opened. Else if in string data ABC1, so if the number plate number is this one, just simply put the registered, the name is Afag, the identity card number is this one, and this is the Honda car 2004 model, and this is the number, and open the door. Okay, so and if in string data RWP4, if the car number is this one, so it means that the car is not registered and there is no record, so don't open the door. So this is really simple, very simple. Okay, so that's all. This is the program, And now we will start testing this project. So let's test this, and if you have any questions, please let me know in a comment, and I would love to answer. And now let's start testing this code. So, and one more thing, you can download this code from my blogger page. I will provide the link in the description. So my friends, I will use these pictures as the number plates. I will transfer these images into my cell phone, then I will hold my cell phone in front of the camera and I will try to read these number plates, and then I will check this and I will try to open and close the electronic lock. So my friends, as you can see, the Arduino Uno is connected with the laptop, and the 12-volt adapters are connected over here. So one is over here and the another one over here. And now it's ready, and now let me show you the images which I'll be using as the number plates. So over here, as you can see, now I will hold this cell phone in front of the camera, and let's see if we can control this lock. As you can see, so let's run this application, click play, and now first of all let's click this button. As you can see, we can also control this button. So we can also control this electronic lock using this button, and so now let's check. As you can see, it's very quick, and now we can actually use a timer to turn off this button, but we have to manually close this. And as you can see, so now it's ready for the next car, and let's check this ABC1. So as you can see, it is registered a fog, and the CNIC number, Honda, and all these informations are printed. Okay, so now let's close the entrance, and now let's check this another one. So, and as you can see, it is unregistered and it has no record, so the entrance won't open for this one. And if there is the ABC one, you can see the entrance will open, and as you can see, there is no error. It's working perfectly. It's quick, fast. As you can see, the response time, and so it's a dual control system. It can be automatically controlled and manually as well. So quick. So if you have any question, let me know in a comment, and you can download the controller program and the application programming and the circuit designing from my blogger page. I will provide the link in the description. I hope you like today's episode. Like my videos, share my videos with your friends, and see you in next episode, and thanks for watching.